Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. This morning I'm just waking up and moving around a little bit. Well, technically I've been awake for like an hour. Technically. I've been in here kind of brainstorming, going through things, figuring out what I need because tomorrow I hit the road and move on to Idaho. And so along the way, this is a good place for me to do all the restocking, all the setting up for success that I possibly can. So today I'm going to be cutting my hair, taking a shower. I'm going to be topping off all my power because I have a power pole that I can use. I'm going to go to Walmart and restock supplies and then also figure out a few strategic things. Now, I'm going to really miss the Kalispell area. I've had such a good time here and my friends have been amazing and it's always nice to see them. However, the fun can't go on forever. And so I'm going to take the fun to Idaho next. And so I've kind of got a chart for where I want to go. But after that is a big question mark. I know ultimately after that I have to start heading toward Texas because I have about a month that I can still be out. However, with that said, I need to figure out what the safest route's going to be because currently there are a lot of fires and I'm not trying to put myself in harm's way. So I'm going to download some offline maps today for one specific route and then I'm going to find an alternative route just in case. And then I'll have two options whenever I am in Idaho to figure out what works best. But for now, I'm going to finish re-energizing myself and then also get up out of this hot box because, well, it's getting warm. It's 84 degrees in the box right now. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit congested, a little stuffy. That's usually what happens when it starts to get warm. I'm like, okay, it's starting to get warm, but I can't breathe. Let's fix that. So out of the box I go and into whatever's next for my day. Okay, step one, charging the power stations. Oh, so if I get these charged up, that'll be one less thing. Currently packing my shower bag also. And it is really bright out here today, so I need sunglasses. Currently just taking it real slow today. Just been enjoying the morning a little bit. So I have my batteries charging. I need to change the batteries out, but I didn't want to be gone while I needed to change them out. So currently I have the all power and the VTID charging and then one of my little tiny power packs. So I kind of decided I would give myself a break until those are finished and then I'm going to change them out for the Jackery and the Alpha ESS. So for the time being, I'm just relaxing. Charles and Tony's bus is over there. Dimples is over there. And I'm just trying to just get my wherewithal. I downloaded my maps. I added another place on my list of places I might go in Idaho, so that's kind of cool. And other than that, I'm just trying to take it slow. And in a few minutes, I'm gonna go and cut my hair real quick and then go take my shower. But I'm probably gonna do that right before I head down the hill so I'm not all itchy. Yep, you know, getting ready can be a lot sometimes. And normally I don't sit for very long. So when I don't sit for very long, I'm just go, go, go. Everything's already in order. But because I've been here for like a week, I kind of had gotten super comfy, moved things around, done some different things. And because of that, I now have to play a little bit of catch up on getting ready to hit the road again because I haven't been driving as much. So again, with the batteries, they're not completely topped off. So all that's happening. But for now, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy myself for a little bit longer because this is peaceful. This is part of Charles and Tony's property. They have a riding arena down here that you can access. And then in this direction, kind of behind this hill, that's where the hip camp is. So yeah, if you haven't checked out that video about the hip camp and then the rentals, definitely do that. If you're wanting to start out with van life or you're wanting to come up to Glacier and looking for a cool place to stay, I got you. But that's a couple of videos back, so go check that out. In the meantime, I'm gonna give myself like 20 more minutes of sitting in this chair. I'm gonna do some emails. I'm gonna catch up on some comments. And then by then, I'll go cut the hair and take care of that. Right now, the shade's feeling real nice. And poor Dimples is over there in the really hot sun. So that doesn't sound too fun. It just doesn't. I'm doing because this one takes the longest out of all the power stations to charge. So I decided that since this one is so fast, I would go ahead and start like slow trickling over to this one so that it can get a little bit closer to where it needs to be. And because of the cord issue that I had earlier where I broke the plug and play cord, I'm having to do everything through the 12 volt, which is why it's so slow. I'm gonna go check that guy over there in a second to see how close it is. And then I'm gonna have to charge both of these together. When you do van life, you learn that every little bit of power counts. And so if I can make it where it's like going to get all the way topped off tonight through that slow charge, it's going to be slow, then it's worth it to pull off of that Jackery, because the Jackery's so much faster. And so, yeah, inch by inch, it's a cinch, yard by yard, it's very, very hard. Meanwhile, it's kind of hard to see it on the screen, but it's at 67% for the Vatid, which means that it's pretty close. This guy is now at 77%, and that's with it running this power pack, which is now at 69%, and also this one, which is pulling about 58 watts. In other words, if that guy was just plugged in by himself, he'd already be charged. But I do need to use it for through charging because of the situation with the different cords and different things. And so this is just gonna make it faster overall. Now, normally the Vatid, I don't let it get down too low, but this morning when I charged it, it was down like at 30 or 20%. That never happens. I normally only use it for my fan at night, which pulls about 3 to 4 watts per hour, and then my cell phone. But I haven't charged this thing in some days. And so probably 4 days of not charging it, and it got down that low. It's only 300 watts. So this is just a really great plug and play, easy solution. But with that said, it's got to get topped off. And this way I don't have to do it while I'm driving down the road. So I can immediately, whenever I get in the van, already be charging to make up the deficit of what I used this evening on the Jackery, because I can have it plugged in. So that's nice. I am gonna go ahead and get my windows all taken care of though, because right after this, I'm gonna go take a shower. It is getting warm, super, super warm. You know, on days like today, where I'm about to get back on the road, I just kind of go through the series of things that I go through whenever I start on the road. Normally I don't sit very much, and so whenever I do sit, again, I get super comfortable, and I don't pull out a whole setup or anything like that because there's just no point, especially when I'm visiting friends. I don't need to pull out my awning and have a carpet and do all those things. But what I do enjoy doing is having a common space that I can recreate in, and normally that just means I get my camping chair down and take it out. Now here at Charles and Tony's, they have a plethora of camping chairs, and they already have a circle set up, so I didn't even have to do that. But in the meantime, again, I wasn't driving like 3 or 4 hours every day, so I wasn't recharging all of my stuff in the way that I normally do. So things got a little weird. I do think I am gonna go to the store in just a few minutes, and whenever I do, I was kind of talking to Charles about some solutions for my lights. He made a couple suggestions, so I'm gonna check out a couple places and we'll see what we can do. I think I'm gonna get some kind of solution before I leave. I've been going back and forth with it. I technically have some more lights back at base camp, but I'm not gonna be there for another month. And I do need to do something because your girl has some weak eyes, and the bright light is killing me at nighttime when I get in. It'll be nice and dark outside. I'll hop into the van and be like, whoa, can't see. So instead of doing that, I think I am going to get something that has the different alternative colors, just because even though I know a lot of you guys don't like those colors in my videos, those are good for my sensitive eyes. So I can use white light whenever I film, but like whenever I'm just hanging out, no. So I'm going to go to Walmart for sure because I need to look for another Reflectic for my refrigerator, but I'm also going to get some baby wipes. I'll look there. And then I will go to Hobby Lobby. He said there were a bunch of different kinds also if I can't find something at Walmart. So that's the plan for today. In the meantime, I'm just kind of cooling off the van a little bit because it's boiling. It's already 100 degrees in the van, and that's pretty warm considering it's not even late afternoon yet. So it's just been like that. Got the van nice and cooled off now, so it's not gonna be hot when I'm moving around. And that way it also doesn't get super, super hot whenever I'm taking a shower. But now I'm gonna go check these batteries. Okay, let's see, we're at 73%. These are slow to charge, but they're really good. Looking like we're at 90 and 77. Okay. Oh, slow days some days. But again, I'm not doing too much. So I think what I'm gonna do now is just get out my mirror and go ahead and cut my hair. And then that can be done. And then I'll be ready to proceed after that. Okay, trying to check out the back. It looks like I have a little bit more like right here. So I need to go there. Otherwise, this part looks good. Have a little bit in the middle here. So I'll have to go over that. My clippers started acting weird though, so this is taking much longer than it normally does, and I'm just covered in like this. Normally this all falls off, but the way that it's clipping, it's just, oh, I'm so itchy right now. Okay, I think I'm finished with this part. So I'm putting my cord away. I ended up plugging it in because it was starting to die because it's taking so long. There's no getting around now that I have to go immediately take a shower because I am, yeah. Put this back in the van, grab the other power station. Since this one is still charging, I'm gonna go ahead and plug the Alpha ESS into it. I have the Vatid plugged in and I have the little power bank. This one is at 84. It looks like this one is at 76 now. Oh, we're at 99 on that, so that's pretty good. But this guy right here, I'll keep it going. And that way I can get that one topped off because that one's gonna, again, be the slowest one. Okay, starting out at 51% on this one, so I'll be back. Now you're probably saying, Bunny, why don't you just go ahead and plug the Jackery in? I have to have something to run at least one of the freezer or fridge. And so Jackery is the fastest to charge, so it can be charged within an hour. So I'm not super worried about that one, but I'm about to plug in the freezer to the van. And now that I've done that, time to go take a shower and get all this hair off of me. Whew, okay, it's warm. It's definitely warm. I need to take down my window covers and get moving. Oh no, I just broke something else. The strap to the window cover just came off. Cool. Like the entire thing came off. Like all the adhesive that was on it just like wilted. Like what? Something I am quickly learning from this particular trip that is different than other trips is because I just went head on into the heat, that some of the things that I've had in my van for a while don't do as well in the heat. And even though they've been in Texas, I normally don't stay in Texas for very long, and I don't use these items when I'm there because I'm away from the van. I was going to go ahead and purchase another window cover, so maybe I'll just purchase one that has a strap and I'll use that one as the primary. There's going to be all sorts of movement in here because I've got things pulled out in every direction. As I pull into the hip camp, it occurs to me I still haven't selected the theme song, and the only song that seems like it organically works for today is the Mission Impossible theme song, because that's what I feel like I'm up against. Feels like everything that I'm doing today is just harder than usual. I guess that would be the best way to say it. I'm trying to think in my head how many things that have just gone awry in the van on this particular trip. I know that the window cover, obviously, that happened. Yay. I also lost the other like Velcro from the window cover. It just wilted away in the heat. The monster mount I have been able to salvage. I think I fixed it temporarily, but it was also broken. I broke a cord for a power station. I messed up my lights in the back because of that deer that I almost hit. It's been a little bit of a trial on this trip, but overall I've had a blast and I wouldn't change any of it because it's brought me to the place that I am. So with that said, this place is about to be a cleaner place as I go pull all the hair off of my body because it's so itchy. It's so itchy. On days like today, I think, oh, maybe I should have just gone to a barber. But then I remember why I started cutting my own hair was because every barber that I would go to would just do something wild and different, and I ended up with 55 different versions of the thing instead of the correct thing. So it's fine. I have my shower bag already pulled, so it is time. I will hydrate though because it's really, really hot today. Super, super hot. We'll tell you guys, if you are looking for a hip camp, come to this one. If I could find a way to take this shower with me on the road, I totally would. So serious. This shower has been so amazing. And I've stayed at a lot of different places, and I am most excited about this shower out of all of them because it's on demand heat. You can have unlimited hot water. The pressure is fabulous. And I like this space because, again, if you didn't watch that hip camp video, you wouldn't know it, but there's so much room for activities in here. And by activities, I mean my clothing doesn't have to get wet because it's like right up on me in the shower, which is really nice. So with that said, I'm gonna put on my shower shoes, get this taken care of, and I'll see you guys on the flip side because you can't stick around for this. Oh, I feel much better. I feel so much better. One thing though, I did end up having to go back in with my clippers one more time because there was a spot on the back of my head that did not trim. So it was super fun. So I'm just letting the hair free flow. I'm going to pull over and get my water all filled up now, and then I'll be finished with those two things. Slower than normal, but I'm getting there. Okay, so to the van I go. I'm gonna put my things away. On other sandals, but not yet. I'm gonna go ahead and get my water first. Woo! Okay, so I have a little bit of a dilemma. I kind of cut some of this, but I probably need to even it out. I didn't pull it to the front when I was doing it, so I probably need to trim a bit more off of this part, but I needed to lose some of the weight of the dead ends, so I went ahead and cut off the dead ends. And so it will technically frame my face, but I'll probably go into that a little bit more after it dries. For now, I just combed through and got all of the loose hairs out, and I'm hot. Just going from the cold shower to the van, it's that kind of day where it's just automatically red. Oh, so I'm gonna try to keep myself as cool as I can today, just so that it's not overwhelming. In the meantime though, water time. Man, even after cooling the van off earlier, I had it down to like 89 degrees. Just being out here for about 10 minutes while I was taking that shower, it got back up to 100. Summertime. It is a hard time of year to van life, that's for sure. But if you are willing to go with it and kind of just not be in the van, you can have a great time. There's so many cool things to do. This entire trip has been just filled with so many neat things. But it's all because I'm willing to tough it out. Now, I realize some people can't tough it out at all. Like, they have issues with their health where they can't be in the heat and they just don't want to, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. I always say there's not one way to van life. You can van life anywhere. It's just a matter of what you're willing to endure. And sometimes I will risk it for the biscuit, so to speak. I'll take the chance because there's something really neat on the other side. And that's what's been the case with this. I've been able to hang out with my friends, which has been absolutely fantastic. I've also been able to see some amazing things. And it's been worth it, even though it's 96 degrees outside. And in the van, it gets to be 120. The key is I'm not in the van when it's like that though. And whenever it is like that, I try to occupy my time elsewhere. There's tons of indoor attractions that you can go to in hot areas. Now, I understand if you're in a place like, oh, say Arizona. Arizona is just hot. Vegas, just hot. It doesn't even get cool at nighttime at this point during the year. But in other places, it might be 96 during the day and a comfortable 60 in the evening, or a comfortable 50 in the evening. But yeah, it's all about prioritizing what your goals are. For me, I just wanted to get out of Texas, and I was hoping to seek cooler temperatures, and about half the trip I have sought those cooler temperatures. But I knew coming up here that it was going to be warmer, and I had the opportunity to think about it and be like, do I want to or no? And it was definitely worth it for me, and I've had a blast as a result of it. I took a chance on just something different and fun, and yeah, it's hot during the day, but it's far outweighed by all the amazing. So with that, water time! Okay, I just got everything put away and I think everything's good. I do need to stretch the towel a little bit better, but other than that, everything is fine. I think that'll dry nicely. I mean, realistically, for all I know, it's probably already dry. So, off to Walmart now. Walmart, and then if I can't find what I'm looking for, Hobby Lobby, and then if I can't find what I'm looking for, there's about 3 other stores here. So I'm still not exactly sure what all I'm gonna put in my refrigerator. I need to figure that part out. But otherwise, I have a good list. Shouldn't take too long to do this, and then I'll come back and check my batteries, and then it'll just be about tending batteries for the rest of the day, getting them all topped off. Okay, got it back to 88, and I'm about to step out of the van to go to Walmart. Not sure how long I'm gonna be in there, but I'm almost positive that by the time that I get out of here, it's gonna be over 100 degrees, so I'm gonna crack the windows. Like just a little bit. I think right about here should be fine. Doing this should help at least not feel like it's going to be like an oven when I get in. It's still gonna feel like hot, but it won't feel like I'm just immediately suffocating. Melting, I'm melting. Literally the very last one of these. I only use the one with Tigger. It's a sensitive skin issue. There's no debate. It is what it is. Okay, so these are too big, I think. These are 50 feet. But if I can find something like this that's shorter, maybe that would work. There's some other ones on this side, and then I'll also go check the lighting section probably, but I need something that's shorter than 50 feet because I don't have that many feet in the van. It's 35 square feet, that's it. Seems excessive otherwise. Okay, they do have 10 feet here. It has all the colors, that might work. They have 25, which is a bit big. 100, way too big. 116. Ooh, this one's kind of neat because I could also hook it up to different things. These are kind of like the ones I have on my TV, and they plug in by USB. This might actually be the good thing I could do. Let me keep looking though. I'll set these in the cart though, and then I'm gonna look at those 10 footers. Okay, the 10 footer looks like it is remote controlled, USB also, 4 modes, 90 LED lights. Okay, I don't know which one would be better. One's $488, this one. The other one is $1288. Let me check to see what the differences are. Obviously size. One is controlled by an app or a PC. One is sound reactive, the other is not. Let's see. Other than that, both are USB. Oh, do I need sound reactive? Sometimes that'd be cool because then I could like play music and it could react. That could be kind of neat. Do I have to have that? No. Oh goodness. In all reality, I like that there's more color variations on this one, just because then I can find more things that work for my eyes. This one is going to be a little bit more limiting, even though it does have some great colors. I think I'm just going to pull this one. This one's going to be the one, but there's a couple more things. Let me look. They do have fairy lights like what I have. So those are 16 feet. They have puck lights, which I don't want to do because I've done puck lights before. I ended up burning through way more batteries. These are interesting. Okay, that's kind of cool. I don't know that that's my journey though. Let's see, these are also car lights. These are going to be more like strips. I mean, that's cool, but again, I don't think that's what I need for right now, just fixing the immediate issue. Maybe something like that whenever I get back though. Tower lights won't work. This guy is cool, but also not what I need. Okay, I think these are the best bets. Otherwise, we have more tape lights. Don't get me wrong, I really do like these. However, one of the things that I've noticed is they get a little bit fragile. I have 2 sets of these at home, and one of them stopped working for my Christmas stuff, and that wasn't fun. The tape lights have been far more reliable at my base camp, so, I mean, I'm changing it out, so why not? Might as well try something different, and whenever I get back to base camp, I can make an executive decision on what stays and what goes, and if I don't want these in the van, I can use them in my base camp. Okay, I just got back from the store. I found some of the things to address some of the issues that I'm having, so that's good. I got a phone call. I was on the phone for like an hour and a half, so I didn't feel much more than that. But I do have some lights. I did not find a visor that I liked. All the visors that I had were those little pop-out singles, and I didn't think those would be as good. So for now, I'm just going to use my visor to cover the fridge whenever I'm away, and then I'll get another one when I stop off at another place, and then I'll double visor it just to see if I can keep some more heat out of the box. Trading out my Jackery for one of my other power stations right now, getting that all topped off. Okay, black one's all ready to go. This one's still going. This one I just plugged up. I'm going to pull another power pack to bring over. Shouldn't be too long though now. Another tragedy. This got too hot and it melted, so this piece came out. That's super fun. I'm gonna have to figure this part out. Okay, I do have one more cord that I can use on that, but that is my backup. So I may have to order one of those to get them drop shipped somewhere to a drop box. Oh, Amazon's been real unpredictable lately, so I don't know where the best place to do that would be. I could send it maybe to Riley and then she could bring it to me. But that means that if this cord goes out between the time that I meet Riley, I'm gonna have a brick with me. Why couldn't it have done that like when I first arrived here? Oh, it's been a struggle. The heat is wearing on all the things. It's morning, all the batteries are charged. I'm just laying here and wow, After we got back from dinner, I loaded everything up and I got kind of ready. Is everything in perfect order? No. But as I drive around on the road, I'm going to fix all that up. And so I guess it's time to hit the road.